Hello, everyone. I'm sharing my ARP presentation today with you guys. What was the problem I was thinking of? So, when I was thinking about struggles that I was having as a teacher and as a first new special education teacher, I was thinking about writing and how students struggle with writing and how they struggle with organizing their thoughts into a cohesive paragraph. Also, students in general with their learning disabilities really struggle with writing. And on top of that, teachers do as well. We struggle with teaching writing and creating frameworks that will help them um, to understand the process better. We have to give them that. So that's my problem, which led me to my research question. How does the implementation of a specific writing framework coupled with a self assessing rubric impact students' writing proficiency and their ability to independently evaluate and improve their written work in a high school English classroom? So, when I thought about my literature, I thought about first let's dive into a little bit of students with learning disabilities and their writing difficulties and how they require more support and they require explicit and systematic instruction. So then I thought about, okay, so what kind of writing framework and models can I use? What is known to be successful? And this was really kind of like the bread and butter of my whole entire review. But to effectively teach special education students, we as educators must develop a plan to reach our students how to write. We have to present a process that enables our students to plan, organize, draft, and revise their written work. And research shows that explicit instruction and strategies, particularly within a structured learning framework, can significantly improve students' writing abilities. So, by providing modeling, by providing certain frameworks and strategies, we really are going to help support our students. So, then I want to enter into the implementing self assessing rubrics after the framework of a writing process. And so when you give them a rubric where they can look at it and kind of self-assess their work, my goal is for them to be able to understand their strengths and their weaknesses. And also it increases those metacognitive skills. And I don't know about you, but I work with high school students and they're all about being independent. They're all about being in charge and feeling like they can do it. And this is a way for me as a teacher to give them a rubric and be like, hey, look at this, look at what your writing is. And in addition to that, they can do it with peers and they can build a process in their head on how to improve their writing. And then last but not least is how is this going to improve student engagement? And by doing all of this, students will take better ownership of their learning. So moving on to my methodology. So basically, long story short, I would use a mixed methods. I would collect data by using pre and post assessments. I want to see what their writing looks like before, in the middle, during, and after, and so on. I want to have writing sample analysis, surveys, and observations. And to validate all of my findings, I want to triangulate, my approach and combine both quantitative and qualitative data. So, in the end, my biggest takeaway is the funny thing is, I felt like this whole process modeled for me as a teacher, this modeled how I'm going to implement something to my students. And because I was, really teaching myself how to be a better teacher, I am now going to model what I learned to my students so they can become better writers. I'm becoming a better teacher. They're becoming better students. And really, it's about me learning. And when I learn, I can pour into them. And this whole process is just going to help me develop when I need when I need more support. Let's say a problem down the line, I need more help with student engagement or student behavior or classroom management. I'm going to use this APR model and be like, okay, what are some literature reviews that I can look at that will go along with this? What are some strategies that I can implement in the classroom, and what kind of things that I can do? And I can do it in a quick manner. I don't have to do it in some, like I'm actually going to create some huge research paper and be published about it, but just something that I can do. And it provides me with a framework of how to improve my teaching practice. And in turn, it's going to provide them a framework on to be better students. Um, I wish everyone the best. Congratulations. If you see me, I will be at graduation. If you see me, I'd love to meet you. Everyone, I hope you're having a great weekend, and thank you for listening.